Dude, they're like flying back.
Were they on the roof? Did
Yeah.
they fly onto the roof?
Yeah.
What's up guys, my name is Kale and today on King of Games we're going to be doing a head-to-head comparison of 3 popular Nerf face masks. Eye protection is super important whenever you're going to be doing any kind of projectile sport, whether it be airsoft, paintball, nerfing, anything where there's even really a possibility that your eyes are going to get damaged. Because let's be honest, no game is worth losing your eyesight. Now, eye protection doesn't have to be a face mask. You can wear safety glasses or safety goggles. There's other options, but we're going to be covering face masks because for a lot of people, they don't want to get hit in the face at all if they can help it. The first mask we're going to be covering is the Adventure Force Competition Face Mask. This one retails at about $10 and it's available at any Walmart. Just looking at the packaging, there's not really much to it. It's the box, the item, and a changeable faceplate to distinguish what color team you're on, either green or red. The second mask we're going to be covering is this one, the Nerf Rival Face Mask. At the time of filming this video, this one retails at $17. I've seen it for lower in the past. I'm not sure why the price went up, but it did pretty recently. It used to be about $15. This one in particular is the Phantom Corps variant. It is available in other colors such as blue or red. There are even some special editions like the Boba Fett one, which I have hanging up on the wall there, if you can see it. The only problem with some of the special editions is that they only come with specific blasters, so you'd have to buy the blaster in order to get it. This one is available by itself, and it's currently available brand new on the store shelves at Target. I've also seen it on Amazon. And last but not least, the third mask we're going to be covering is... And the last mask that we're going to be covering is this one. This right here is the Nerf Hyper Mask. This one retails for about $20 or $21. You can get it at Amazon, or you can get it in store at Best Buy. It's a few dollars more expensive at Best Buy, but they do price match to Amazon, and that's how I got mine. This mask also comes in multiple colors, the blue one here that I have, as well as a yellow one. I got each one of the masks out of the packaging. Now we're just gonna see how adjustable it is. For me personally, it does push up against my nose, and this rubber guard area, especially in the forehead, does put a lot of pressure right here if you have it on a little tight. It does seem pretty durable. It's pretty hard. I feel like this one's going to perform well. Alright, let's see the next one. Okay, so I did immediately notice that the strap adjusts much more than on the Adventure Force one, but other than that, I'd say it's very similar. So some things I'm noticing right off the bat with this one is that it has a strap that goes both back around my head and one that goes over the top of my head. So I feel like this one's going to be the most secure. I also feel like this is a different boot. It seems a little softer, but we'll put it on and see. I feel like this one is pretty comfortable. It might have to do with how you're able to adjust it. It might also have to do with the way that this boot around your eyes is. It's a lot thinner, comes out a lot farther, and it also seems much more flexible. Just in general, seems like a better design. I also want to say that I really like the textures on this. There's like a brushed aluminum finish around all these trim pieces up on top, and in the sides we've got this faux carbon fiber. And here, I really like the way that this is textured. Also, just something that I was thinking is that this is the only one that seems like it would be good to mount a GoPro directly to it if that's something you're looking for, because a sticky pad would probably fit right on here. Something I'm noticing now that I've worn the other two back to back is that this one has a much wider field of view, and it actually is visible. It gives you just a little bit extra of your peripherals, so I would say that this one actually has an edge in terms of visibility. In order to compare these face masks fairly, I think we're going to go with a ranking system where we'll have multiple categories and that each blaster will be given a place of first, second, or third and get either 3 points, 2 points, or 1 point depending on that ranking. The categories for those rankings are going to be durability, comfortability, value, coverage, as in how much of your face they cover, and design. I'm not sure that this is a smart idea, but the way that we're going to be testing durability is by having a friend of mine shoot me in the face while I wear them, using 3 different Nerf blasters, increasing the FPS with each blaster that we use. The first blaster that we're going to use is this. This is the Rival Knockout. It's a single fire Springer, and when I shot it over the chronograph, we got about 95 feet per second.
I would stand back a little.
Oh, like right here?
Yeah. Oh, that wasn't so bad. That one actually didn't feel as bad. Oh yeah, that one was shooting good. I didn't even feel that one, to be honest.
Yeah, that one's like thick.
Okay.
The second blaster my friend's going to shoot me in the face with is this. This is the Dart Zone Pro Mark III, and it's shooting about 135 FPS. It's also a flywheeler, so it has a higher rate of fire. I'll probably have him dump a couple shots as opposed to just one at a time with this blaster because it's capable.
Shoot one off at first. Now let's do it. Dude, they're like flying back.
Were they on the roof? Did
Yeah.
they fly onto the roof?
Yeah.
And the last blaster that my friend's going to be shooting me in the face with for this test is this. This is the Worker Swift, and although it has many configurations, the way that I have mine configured, it's shooting at about 225 FPS. This is the one that I'm most terrified of getting shot in the face with, to be honest.
Ooh. Try it again. Shoot another one. Ooh. All right.
Pretty gnarly.
It's not that bad, actually. It's just scary at first. Ooh. Shoot another one. Ooh. All right. Ready? Go. Hit another one. Another one. Damn. I guess another one.
So in the first category of durability, I think this is going to have to be a 3-way tie. All 3 of them are very durable. None of them flex when I press on the eye protection portion. They all feel like they're made out of good plastics. I didn't really feel too much of a difference between any of them when it came to the actual impact of the Nerf dart or rival round hitting my face. Which means I'm going to award 3 points to all 3 face masks. Any one of these would get the job done. So the next category was comfort. When I was trying each one of these on, it was pretty obvious to me how they needed to be ranked. In first place, we're gonna have to go with the Hyper Mask. It had the most adjustability. The boot was the nicest and most comfortable around my eyes. And I didn't have any contact with the front of my nose against the plastic part itself. In terms of comfortability, the second place, I'm gonna have to give this one to the Rival face mask. Although the Rival and the Adventure Force face masks are both very similar in design, one issue that I had with the Adventure Force mask that I did not have with the Rival mask was an uncomfortability at the front of my nose being pressed up after the end of the boot that goes around your eyes. In addition to that, the Rival face mask had a more adjustable strap around the back of the head, and that just makes it so it'd be more comfortable for more people. Alright, which means last place, you guessed it, the Adventure Force mask. It's not super adjustable, it's not super comfortable, it's just kind of a bare bones face mask. But to be honest, the difference between the Rival face mask and the Adventure Force face mask was much smaller in this category than the difference between those two and the Hyper mask. The next category was coverage, and for coverage, the Hyper is a clear-cut winner. This mask is just much bigger. This area covers some of your forehead, which the others two don't at all. It actually covers like sides of your face, and it's the longest one, and not just because of the forehead coverage area. Ignoring the fact that it has the head coverage, it's still longer from the brow down to the chin. In second place, we have the Rival face mask. This was a very close call. Both this mask and the Adventure Force mask have very similar profiles, similar depth, similar length, similar width. However, the shape of them is where this face mask gets a little extra coverage. When you look at it, this cutaway, both here and on the chin, provide just a little bit extra coverage. So, obviously, this one has to come in last. These two cutaways really take away from the coverage area, in my opinion, especially this one right here. And now to the last category, design. How good does it look? Well, I think you can already guess my opinions on this one, but in first place, we've got the Nerf Hyper Mask. It's got a lot of cool textures, it's wider, it's bigger, it's meaner. Its simple but strong color separations and aggressive design and intricate textures really set this face mask a cut above the other two. It's not even close in my opinion. In second place for design, we've got the Adventure Force mask. Now, a couple things really stood out to this mask. Although the cutaway does take away from its coverage, the design language of this face mask really reminds me of like a Star Wars Boba Fett kind of vibe. The way that this centerpiece comes up and around, and if you were to take the time to paint this black, I really think that leaving these parts gray would make it look much more like the rival mask that's made out to be Boba Fett. Another cool thing about the design is that these face plates are removable. I know I mentioned that earlier, but it's actually really easy to remove this and swap the red one in. And although it may not be functional for a team setting the way that they intended it to be, I do think it is a cool feature, and I do think that it does make it so if you were to use this for teams, that you can always be on either team. You don't have to buy 5 red and 5 blue. You can buy 10 of these masks and you can switch them however you want, either to personal taste or by team if you're actually going to use this feature. The only thing I think that's disappointing is that there isn't really any paint or any branding on this face mask, but you might see that as a positive. Not for me though. In last place for design, we've got the Rival mask. Now, I don't think that this mask is poorly designed per se, it's just kind of plain in my opinion. Even in the, even in the red and blue versions, I still think it's overall plain, very just straightforward design. It protects this area, you know, there's perforated holes just like the other ones, and a little bit of relief here underneath the eyes, but it's not great. So how did they do overall? Well, in first place we've got the Hyper Mask with 14 points. I think it's pretty clear that that face mask is meant for an older audience, based on its size, its intricacy, and its price. Not to mention that it was designed for the Hyper line, which was clearly made for an older audience anyways. In second place, and just by a slim margin, the Adventure Force Competition Mask scored 10 points. I think some of the main takeaways from this one are the price, the fact that it's probably made for younger audiences, being that the strap is not as adjustable, and the fact that it has an interchangeable faceplate, so you don't have to buy multiple masks for multiple teams or to switch out the colors, if that's what you want to do. And in last place with 9 points, the Rival face mask. I think the reason this one came in last overall is because it's kind of in an awkward place. It's nowhere near as premium as the Hyper mask, but it's nowhere near as cost effective as the Adventure Force mask. I really think that the only reason to buy this mask is if you find a good deal on it, or if you want a specific one, like my Boba Fett one, because I'm a huge Star Wars nerd. It set the standard, and without it, I don't think the Adventure Force one would necessarily exist, but it just doesn't do any particular thing very well. But I want to hear from you guys. Let me know down in the comments which one you would choose, or if you'd choose any of them. Until next time on the King of Games.